Hello and welcome back to my Mass Effect walkthrough. This is part 26. In the last part, nobody died. I was just happy. We met a Krogan and now we're going to attempt to kill him. But first, my squad. 2 more points will get me to Unity. Boom, Unity, that's what I need. For Garrus, it will get him 2 more points on his Turian agent. And for Tally... It's already on this one. No, it's not. Let's go for advanced marksman, why not? Now let's kill these sons of bitches! Yeah! Didn't expect that, did you? Oh, what the fuck? Fuck me! Triple overload power! Fuck you, fuck you. Oh my... No! Oh my god! No! Thank you! I nearly died! Fuck you, fuck you. If you stop such, you can be dumping now! Go! We did it! Victory. Wow! Wow! That was pretty loud. There we go. Into the camera. I love how people look back into the destruction like, oh, this place is just a strange. Let's look back at the memories. No. There we are. We got out of the ruins! Okay. Testing.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur.
Whoa.
The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding
Whoa.
volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes.
The experiment has gone wrong.
Joker pulled our asses out of there. I think he's earned the right to a few bad jokes.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction.
Well, there's no flash.
That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
How old are you exactly?
Oh my god.
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
106.
Damn. I hope I look that good when I'm your age. A century may seem like a long time to a short-lived species like yours. But among the Asari, I am barely considered more than a child.
Ow.
That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari scholars tend to dismiss my theories on what happened to the Protheans.
I've got my own theory on why the Protheans disappeared.
With all due respect, Commander, I have heard every theory out there. The problem
Have
is
you?
finding evidence to support them. The Protheans left remarkably little behind. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge. Patterns that hint at the truth.
Wow.
It is difficult to explain to someone else.
Shepard is very
I cannot
bright.
point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research. But I know I'm right, and eventually I will be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
If the Protheans weren't the first, then who was?
I don't know. There is barely any evidence on the Protheans, even less on those who came before them. I cannot prove my theory, but I know I am right. The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them. And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines. The Reapers.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions?
But still,
yes, that
I need
makes
to sort
sense.
this out.
The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear.
Well, it is. Confused.
I am
Unclear.
amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
Yes,
Okay,
I am.
this isn't helping us find Saren or the conduit.
Calm
Of
down.
course, you are right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
Oh, wow.
I don't
You
know
can
why
help
Saren
us.
wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Good to have you on the team, Lara.
Indeed.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
Yes, we are.
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are
Dismissal.
filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Why not?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
Yes.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
Liara's on our side. The Geth were trying to kill her.
Benezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Apart from the utter destruction of a major Prothean ruin. Was that really necessary, Shepard?
The Geth were crawling all over those ruins. We were lucky to make it out alive.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Indeed.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
See, the Solarian Council is on my side. The Turian Council is just being a bastard and questioning my every motive. Tonight. I'm not going to end it there. Wow, it's really bright. Next time, I'm going to try and sort things out. But for now, you're going to have to enjoy brightness. I'm sorry. Hopefully this worked out for you, but I don't think it did.
Yes, Commander?
Nothing.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Oh, there we go. PDS. Anything new? No, not really. Anything new? A heat monitor. Another one. Okay, anything I can scan. Oh, I step outside. And then anything else I can. Ooh, let's go outside again.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I pulled your boots out of the fire.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours. Fun, fun.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
That was why I was here.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
He's questioning my motives too. No, I'm joking. Let's talk to our crew. It's good to talk to your crew after every mission so that you can gain their loyalty and their trust. But seriously, it is good to talk to them because you do get some valuable information about your crew, and there is a romance scene at the end of all this. If you talk to either Liara, Tali, or Ashley enough times, you will get a romance scene at the end of it. So yeah, it's good to talk to your crew in the end. And if you're the female shepherd, Caden, Rex, or Garrus will do for you. But first, let's just talk to Liara. Replenish, +1 metagel, I'm happy.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
No.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Goodbye. Right, let's talk to Liara to study. The face is right, it's just the flipping background and everything.
Commander.
Oh no, never mind.
Are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
She's the best
You're in
in
good
the world, bitch!
Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
Yep.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up...
I'm just glad we got there in time.
Yeah.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Don't
I know.
worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
Sounds dangerous. And lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau, I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a matriarch's daughter. People expected me to follow in Benezia's footsteps. They wanted me to become a leader of our people. Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past. It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
All children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part of growing up.
You share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepherd. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them. That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
Well.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepherd. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Wow.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
If you insist. Let's talk about...
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Venezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
What? What? So basically what she's trying to say is, she can mate with anyone and anything. That's great. Oh, that's amazing. I wish I could do that.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What? So, she mind reads, but then pass it on to her daughters, but they're monogendered. How can they have daughters and sons? That's basically the male and female thing all over again. You're monogendered! Stop trying to confuse me! It's a vegan all over again.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Wow.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Do you know who Matriarch Venezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld. Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Venezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Maybe she wanted to meet you, but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Venezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
So that's that.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
And I shall go to... just before I go, I forgot to mention at the start that the person, or the YouTuber who always says, and as always, thanks for watching, at the end of every one of their videos is Vsauce. Vsauce. Remember, if you have any suggestions, comments, queries or questions, please leave them in the comments below. Remember to subscribe to my channel, like my videos and share my videos so I can grow and expand in my YouTube universe. Also, please like, subscribe and peace.